night. You know, if you have a problem with it, let us know. We could always talk about it. Nothing is set in stone. This is just what we're thinking. But we do want some accountability. We want to make sure that, if you're sick, you stay home and that sort of thing. Anyway, if you see somebody breaking the rules, let us know, or you could address it yourself. We don't want to make anybody feel like, want to make sure that you guys are empowered, okay? Hey, Jorge, good to see you, my friend. In terms of, let's see, sick. So first thing is our sick policy. First and foremost, if you're sick, we ask you to stay home. We don't want to risk spreading any kind of, germs or anything to anybody, get anybody sick. So that's the first thing. If you test positive, we encourage you to share that information with the staff. So you can shoot us an email. We'll make sure that we keep it private. We'll respect your privacy and we'll protect you. But it isn't really important for us to know so that we can take the necessary precautions for the rest of the staff. You want me to slow down?
A little bit.
All right. So if someone is tested positive, we're obligated to disclose this information to the community in a respectful, private way. So we just want to share, hey, somebody at the whatever time class potentially could have been exposed, or you could have been exposed, that sort of thing, so that they could take the necessary precautions, okay? With regard to memberships, we want to make sure that we are following mandatory social distance guidelines. There'll be new space restrictions posted around the gym. Unfortunately, the space restrictions will mean some limitations in terms of, access to the gym, that kind of thing. So moving forward, we'll only be offering limited memberships. So no more unlimited memberships. You can't just come as much as you want, because if you're there 7 days a week, that does prevent somebody else potentially from coming. So we're going to do, I think, was it two and 4 days a week. So 2 packages, 2 days a week and a 4-day-a-week membership. And I'll discuss those in a little more detail in a second. But just in terms of what we're thinking at this point, okay? And again, this could all change, so I just want to reiterate that too. We've adjusted price of our memberships to reflect the cost of our overhead. So if we can only help less people, then, unless our rent, changes, then we're going to have to figure out a price, but we're working on it. So something that works for everybody, that's fair, allows us to pay our rent, but also allows you guys to have access to the gym in a fair, respective manner. And as soon as we have those exact numbers.
And we're continuing to renegotiate and negotiate. So it's not a dead end. So.
Yeah, it's kind of evolving right now. We still haven't really come to an exact number, but it should be pretty similar to what we were doing before. Again, just depends. Anyway, in terms of waivers, we're requiring a new waiver when you come to the gym. It'll include like a PAR-Q, if you know what that is. It's basically a medical questionnaire. It'll talk about just exposure and, how to keep you guys a little bit safer, and talk about like liability and that kind of thing. You can make changes anytime via email to your account, I'm assuming. What is that? Fragmented sentence. What is that? Changes. What does that mean?
If you want to make changes, email me.
Changes to what?
To your memberships. You want to go up or down?
Oh, yeah. So if you need to change your membership, email us and let us know, and we'll make sure that we take care of you, okay? Cancellations, you're going to complete a cancellation form 30 days before your next membership is due. Go ahead and jump in there.
That's exactly what it says.
Yeah, but what does that mean exactly?
If you want to cancel your membership, you have to complete an online form.
Okay.
It's on my website. Go to the cancellation form.
In terms of rates, we're going to keep your current rate on for 6 months. So, you want to articulate what that means?
Basically, if you read the next sentence, it's basically none of the prices are guaranteed. If you have a price, basically what we're saying is nobody's grandfathered in anymore, right? Our prices are going to fluctuate. We can't continue any old prices. We're not going to throw you up 25% prices either. We absolutely want to be fair. But basically, if you have a price starting now, you can keep it for 6 months. And also, you will receive a 30-day notice if and when we decide to raise or change the prices. Does that make sense? Okay. That's it.
All right. So next, in terms of programs, we're offering like weightlifting and relax. We were offering weightlifting and conditioning, and we're offering a whole bunch of different programs. If we can't have 30 people, 25 people in the gym, we can't offer that many programs, right? We have to keep social distancing and everything else. So we're going to eliminate all of the programs with the exception of the WOD, at least initially, okay? So as you guys come back, there'll only be one WOD program. What is that? My face. Oh, that's that. Okay. So there'll only be one WOD programmed. We're not going to do a bunch of specialty programs initially. As restrictions start to lift and more people have accessibility to the box, We'll start to add in the more popular programs first. So if people want weightlifting, we'll add that back in. Strength classes, conditioning classes, and everything else that we had going on, open bar and all of that. We're not doing any of that anymore. We're only doing one program for everybody across the board, staff, everybody. So the current options are the workout of the day. If you want to add in some personal training, you can do that. If you want to do some independent program design, depending on where you're at, you can do that. And we'll also have some camps and some workshops and that kind of thing. But that's the extent of it for now. And as the situation changes, it'll evolve. So the other thing that I want to reemphasize again and again is just that this is constantly evolving. Nothing is static, okay? Again, we'll adjust pricing, classes, availability, programs. Everything will be evolving. Every couple of weeks it may change potentially. And again, everything will be based on what the state allows us or doesn't allow us to do, okay? Moving on, in terms of registration, it's 100% strict and mandatory registration for classes. It's always been mandatory, but now more than ever, it's dangerous for people to just be jumping into classes without us knowing that, that they're coming. If we could only have 6 people in the class or 8 people, then, we need to have 8 people that are registered for class, and we know that in advance. So as always, but even more enforcing now, class sizes is really important. And we're limiting it to 6 people. So we made these 6 zones. It'll have everything you need with regard to equipment and cleaning supplies in a zone. And I'll talk about that in a second. But walk-ins will not be allowed. Anybody who's not registered for a class will be asked to register for the next available class. And they'll have to wait. So unfortunately, we're not going to be accommodating anybody walking in. Wi-Fi. You got to use the Wi-Fi app for check-ins and to enter your scores. There's not going to be a kiosk where you'll be able to enter your scores. We don't want to try to minimize contacts or surfaces that are shared. We're trying to minimize that. So you'll have to check in and enter your scores on your own phone. If you don't have a phone, perhaps the coaches can enter your scores for you, okay? Checking in every day when you arrive, you must report to the front desk. We're going to scan your temperature to make sure that you don't have a fever. If you have a fever over 100, you'll be asked to leave. We won't charge you for any classes. For any classes that if we ask you to leave, we won't charge you for a class, okay? Registration, you can register for any class up to 20 days prior to the start date. So you could use a reserve recurring if you want the same class every week at the same time, or you can reserve out up to 20 days in advance for all of your classes to ensure that you get your spots, okay? Waitlist spots will open up in the order you were registered for.
This is important. Tell them this
so
is
if I'm on the first person on the wait list and say, I don't know, just as an example, Tammy cancels her class, I'll be the first person notified that class is available and I can jump in automatically, okay? You'll be entered into the class as soon as somebody cancels automatically their reservation. So if I'm first on that wait list, I'm automatically going to be registered for that class. And you'll get an email notification of that. Hey, Tammy, you've been registered for the 7 p.m. class. Whatever, because I canceled my reservation.
Can you just add, guys, if you get off the waiting list and into a class and you really don't think you can make it because of time restrictions, please cancel. Mm-hmm. You have to cancel physically or you're going to get charged for that class and someone else can't get invited.
Yeah, you're going to take up a spot.
Very important.
Mm-hmm. So cancellations, you'll have 4 hours before the start of the class to cancel your reservation without being penalized a class.
Only 4 hours.
This policy is strictly enforced, so, you got up to 4 hours. The reason for that is if you need to cancel, and say it's like 45 minutes before the start of class, it's very unlikely that somebody's going to, on that short of a turnover, be able to get to class and take up that spot. So we want to make sure that if we only have 6 spots, that we have 6 people actually in class. So that's really important to us, okay? Moving on, gym gear, okay? So required items, obviously hygiene is extremely important. We need everyone to come to the gym showered and wearing clean garments. You can't come in smelling like death. Pack your gym bags tight. There's plenty of gear we can no longer provide, so go ahead and jump in there.
It says it there. Basically, we won't have that cubby filled with wrist wraps and belts and vests. I mean, the vests were never yours to borrow anyway. But, any of those knee sleeves, that's just going to be gone.
Yeah. So you got to have your own stuff. If you need wrist supports or a belt or whatever, you got to buy your own stuff and bring it in.
And store it in a locker.
Yeah. And speaking of the lockers, we don't want to clutter up the area. We'll have free daily lockers, and then we'll have rental lockers with a monthly fee as well. So you'll have 2 options, okay? Mask, you'll need a mask anywhere that's outside of your zone, okay? So anywhere, if you're using the bathroom, going to get some water, going to the locker room, getting gear out of your locker, stretching on a stretching mat, anywhere that's not a red zone.
And walking into the gym.
So red zone is your area, that's your space. You can take your mask off in that space because, hopefully, unless you're like, you'll have enough space, okay? Stop. You can work out in your zone without a mask. Not required to wear a mask. You wear a mask. That one. Okay. We'll provide you with a mask. So if you don't have a mask, we'll give you one.
Not for free.
We'll have some freebie disposable ones.
No.
And
we'll charge you for
Oh, yeah, right. There's a small charge for the mask. And then we'll have some nice ones with labels. Guys, whoever's not muted, please mute yourself. Anyway, bring a clean towel with you when you come to the gym, or you can buy one.
Slow down.
Okay. So again, bring a clean towel with you. Bring a water bottle. Okay. Mute that person, bitch.
I can't do that. I don't have a laptop.
Oh.
Hold on 1 minute. David, can you please mute yourself?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bud. Thank you, David. So, bring a water bottle with you. We won't be offering cups that are shareable cups. We might have some disposable cups, but try to bring a water bottle with you. And like I said, all the other stuff in terms of belts and knee sleeves and wrist supports, etc. I want to make sure you have those items. I alluded to the zones. So the zones will be as follow. A yellow zone is a walking path. It'll be indicated with yellow tape. It'll let you know, like communal spaces, essentially. Actually, just where you should walk, rather. Okay. I'm going to read what it actually says. The walking path allows you to walk around the box without entering into another person's personal space. Use the zone when entering and leaving the building. This includes when you are running in and out of the workouts. Like on a road, stay on the right side of the path when walking around. A green zone is a communal space like the lockers, the dressing room, the bathroom, equipment, and the sink. We strongly encourage everyone to use safe social distancing rules when you're in a green zone. Please be patient and stay 6 feet apart. The weight zone is an area that you can stretch in and wait for your upcoming class. So the weight zone is your waiting. You got there a little early, 20 minutes before class. You need to stretch out. There's going to be a designated area for that. Just make sure that you guys are giving each other enough space. There should be an adequate amount of space if you get there a little early to be able to stretch out. Don't show up too early if you can help it. Hey, Paul. Let's see. Tammy wants me to slow down. So I'm going to try to talk slower. A red zone. This is an individual athlete's personal space. Only one athlete per space, with some exceptions. So if Chris Vivian comes in with Jess Pedicini, and they're gonna whatever, they can, or like, I don't know,
anybody
Mustafa,
in the Zoom square right now.
Yeah, if you're in the Zoom square together, you guys can. Are they sharing space? No.
I mean, I'm just saying.
They'll have 2 spaces next to each other. We'll have to come up with what's the.
They're registered for class. They get their own space. That's how it
so
works.
You guys will have your own space. And we'll talk a little bit about families and stuff like that in a second too. And then there'll be an exit area. That'll be for like cool down. So I just finished doing whatever, a 20-minute AMRAP, or I did a 7-minute super hard Metcon, and I want to ride bike for 15 minutes to cool down. There'll be a designated area for that as well, okay? The wait area specifically for before class, and the exit area specifically for after class. So we're separating people to try to avoid cross-contamination of classes, okay? And we want to minimize congregating around the gym before and after class. I know that sucks for community, but again, for the sake of keeping you guys safe for a little while, we still want to encourage community activity, but in a limited and very controlled manner, okay? The user experience, so the flow of the class, okay? When you arrive, you'll wear a mask, you'll get your temperature taken at the front desk, you'll go to your weight zone until you get to, you'll go wash your hands first, So as soon as you walk into the building, you go wash your hands, and then you'll settle and you'll go to the lockers to store your things, or to the changing room to change your clothes and stretch area to stretch out before class. You're going to check in on your phone, that sort of thing. The wait area, in the waiting zone, your coach will invite you to enter the next class and into a zone. Do not automatically walk into a zone without an invite. So if you walk into the building, just be cognitive that, there's going to be an area that you're expected to hang out in until you're invited in by the coaches.
Corral.
Like a corral, sort of. The WOD components, during coach times, you must also stay in your zones quietly. So for circle, you'll come in, you'll go into your zone, and we'll do like a circle but separated, okay? And the coach will still lead his circle and talk about the components of the workout, etc. In terms of equipment, if there's something that's not already in your zone, your coach will indicate. So it'll be like, all right, Michelle and Coach Adam, Zone 1 and 2, go get your equipment, go back to your zone. Now that they're back in the zone, Michelle and Mustafa, zones 3 and 4, go get your equipment. So it'll be controlled and directed by a coach, so it's not a shit show and people all over the place. At the end, make sure I didn't skip anything. Yeah, so that's just coordinated and controlled. Just a few zones, and just wait till your zone is called. At the end of the WOD, you're gonna clean every item. We'll make sure the WODs are probably gonna be like 45 minutes long, to allow you guys 10 to 15 minutes to kind of clean the area. So the expectation is that Tammy's finishing up her workout. She's gonna clean all that stuff up. So when I walk in, I don't have to clean. I can go right into warming up for my WOD. I'll clean so that Coach Adam, when he goes to take that area. Right, it'll be ready for him. It is next. I'm sorry if I jumped. Yeah, so exiting, stretch on the mat by the exits area. Be sure to safely manage your way through the room as you gather your things and the belongings near the bathroom, the lockers, and the changing room. And then cleaning, basically the cleaning procedures. All the equipment will be already cleaned when you arrive, as I alluded to. So you don't have to do it when you get there. It'll be done by the person before you. Obviously, you want to be pretty comprehensive with cleaning to make sure that everything is safe for the next person. The same way you'd expect it to be cleaned properly for you. And we'll show you guys how we want you to do it. It's pretty simple. Only clean your zone after you're completely finished with your workout. You're not responsible for cleaning the entire gym.
Or after each component. That's what it's meant. It's like, don't clean after each component.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of your WOD.
Gotcha. So if we finish, component B, you're not expected to clean directly after B. There will allot time each day at the end of class, and you'll do it at the end of class, okay? So you don't have to do it after each component, just at the end, make sure that everything's cleaned up, and we'll try to make sure you guys have an adequate amount of time to do that. Clean everything that you touch, and return all the equipment cleaned back to its original setup, the same way it's always been, right? We always expect you guys, you use something, you clean it, you put it back. It's pretty simple, cut and dry. And again, we'll provide you with all the cleaning materials at each station. You'll have a cleaning bucket, a rag, and whatever else you need to effectively clean this stuff, okay? In terms of chalk, we want to minimize waste and spreading of germs. We ask that you do not crumble the chalk. We're going to put big blocks. The CDC says that it's not communicable, COVID specifically is not communicable through chalk. So we'll keep some chalk. You can bring your own chalk if you feel apprehensive about utilizing communal chalk. Just make sure that you're not making a mess if you're bringing your own chalk, unless you're going to clean that mess up, which is all good. Last note, in terms of the stuff that we wrote down, and then we'll do a little Q&A. We'll hopefully try to keep it a little bit organized, but we love our CrossFit 718 family, obviously, and this is a tough topic. So we're talking about childcare. Sorry, I meant to say that as the title, but childcare. So if getting childcare means you cannot get to the gym, right? If it's preventing you, we aren't going to say that you can't bring your kids to the gym, but you're responsible to keep your child safe. And what that means is you need to keep your child in your zone to keep them safe so that they're only exposed to you and your whatever you got going on, and not other people who aren't part of their family. Obviously, if your child is sick, take care of your child. Stay home. We'll credit you to class.
Your child's gonna get a temperature.
Yeah, your children will also be checked. Their temperatures will be checked too to make sure they don't have a fever. Okay. Dogs and pets, same thing. We know that, and I'll let Anthony chime in on this, Dr. Zakeo, because he's a veterinarian, so he would know better than I do. But in terms of what we heard, it is possible to contract the disease. Humans to animals, certainly. I'm not sure what the ramifications are for animals to humans, but he's saying no. So I think we're safe, but we still want you to keep your animal in your zone, okay? Yes. So if you bring your pet, they stay. It's a cat, it's a bird,
on a leash,
your alligators, your pet tigers, whatever you got, just keep it in your zone, okay? That's it.
On a leash.
On a leash, yeah. I think that is all of. Did I miss anything?
Well, I wanted to add something that's not going to be on my policies page, but regarding reopening, our biggest concern is just kind of getting back to normal and getting our members and our community back together, whether it is in classes of 6, 8, 10, or 12, or back to 14. Our initial goal, and probably throughout the summer and until we can get to a 10-person plus room, we aren't going to concern ourselves too much with new members and all this nonsense. I don't really want very many strangers in the gym.
Yeah, so I'm going to jump in right there. Basically, what we're saying is we're not trying to actively recruit any new members. We're only servicing you guys. We don't... Now, I won't say that I'll refuse anybody, but we're not actively trying to... If you guys refer somebody, that's a different thing.
Wait. I want to add... we are going to have a trial class on the weekend, et cetera, but it's going to be exclusive to them, and we're not going to interject them into your regular classes.
Right, it's not going to affect you guys.
And then when we have a beginner program, they're going to be separate from you guys and ready to go, and they're going to be part of the community at that point.
And they'll be held to the same standards. So the same thing, thermal scans, cleaning up after themselves, staying in their zones, etc.
And also, our gym is not going to close our drop-in policies. So, for example, an experienced CrossFitter from another CrossFit gym can come to our gym. But we are going to make sure that they respect our rules from beginning. And if we see that they're not, we're going to have to ask them to leave. But if we see something like that is happening way too often, then we're going to shut it down. We're just not going to allow drop-ins from any other gyms. Because, again, we just want to keep our members safe. And, next year we could make a bigger community together. I'm afraid of strangers, too, because sometimes they don't care about our policies.
So again, I just want to say it again, that right now our main focus is you guys, the people that have stuck with us. We are not, I'll be honest with you, I don't care about anybody else. You guys are my concern. I want to make sure that you guys are safe. Again, I won't turn anybody away, but I'm not actively recruiting new people. I'm trying to take care of you guys first and foremost. You guys are a priority. And as long as you guys are happy and safe, then, we can stay in business and we're good. Hi, Jack. All right.
So if you want to unmute yourself and throw stuff in.
Well, I just want to say one more quick thing before you unmute yourselves. Tammy and I did a pretty much a remodel of the gym, and we're going to do invites to have people come by. And
okay, so.
Let's go right into that now.
So basically, I got some swag. I ordered some swag, which I thought we'd be open by now. We can get some swag. So I'm going to open up, when I have the swag, which is supposed to be delivered tomorrow, I'm going to announce that we'll have some hours. I'm thinking 12 to 3, twice a week, where you can come to the gym, maybe buy a t-shirt and do a tour if you want to.
We'll show you around. You could, if you have some equipment that you've been using for a round and you want to
swap out
something heavier, something lighter, you can bring the equipment and we'll swap you out. We'll say hi from a distance. We'll chill. We'll give you guys a tour.
But if you think you're going to take advantage of that, once I announce the hours, just let us know you're coming. And we just, again, swapping out equipment. We're not trying to give away anything
or buy
else.
a t-shirt, or just come check out the space and hang out with us and say hi. That's basically the intention there. What else?
Yeah. So basically, to open up the Q&A, I want to start with major concerns that we didn't address.
I'm going to start with one already. So Hal asked about Greg Glassman and this whole hoopla.
That's way too soon.
Let's just address
policies.
All right, we'll talk about policies first, and then I'll address it. All right, so questions or concerns, we'll take turns. If anybody wants to go first, we're listening.
Otherwise, I'm drinking.
Well, we're going to drink anyway. That's regardless. Who's there?
What do you think about just not having outside visitors whatsoever, period?
Well, I think that's the direction we're headed. So initially, no new people. And if they are new, they're separated until they know what the hell they're doing, and we figure that they're, they've been vetted and they're safe. And then we'll add them into the class. But initially, no drop-ins, no nothing.
Then, what if I'm just crushing like a 22-minute Murph and I got to puke real hard?
Just swallow it.
No.
Put your weakness in your pocket, right, Coach Chris?
No.
That's the right answer.
There's going to be...
Travis Hartman is going to do like a 13-minute Murph next year.
There's going to be a cleaning caddy in each section, so it's technically a bucket with supplies. So if you need to throw up, there'll be a bucket close by.
Yeah. But you're cleaning your own vomit, because I ain't touching your vomit, your urine, your feces, your blood, none of it. All right, next.
Seriously, so the weight procedure, you guys are going to literally say like, Vivian, go get your load.
So I'm imagining like this. I'm gonna say Chris, Vivian, and Chris Hopkins, go get your barbell, and I want Anna and Brian to go get your wall ball, because the things are gonna be separate, and then we'll coordinate. It'll be quick.
All right, Chris, Vivian, and Chris Hopkins, go get your wall balls, and such and such.
Yeah,
go
put
get
in
your
your
barbells.
section. Wait till we call. Also, we're gonna assume that our 6 a.m. class, right? 6 a.m. strong. Show me where you at. 6 a.m. is gonna pretty much set the room. Okay, so what we need for the day, since it's only
Thank you,
one
6 a.m.
workout, 6 a.m. is going to set it up. And then the last class of the day essentially is going to break it down. So the majority, if you need a box or things, we're going to have the RX weights in the gym. So then if 2 or 3 people need to scale,
A specific thing.
then those 2 or 3 people can walk around the gym.
You nasty,
Does that make
Steve.
sense?
You nasty, Steve.
Yes,
nasty.
good on that one?
Yeah, that makes sense. And also just thank you guys for what you're doing.
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you, Chris. We love you, buddy. All right, next.
Are you guys going to be offering more classes during the day?
Well,
Yeah, I think so, right?
we would need to hear what you guys need. I can't just put a million classes on the schedule, but if you guys give us some feedback on what would...
So here's the prerequisite I would say is we need to fill up classes. So I don't want to have 17 classes on a schedule and each person just what you call them? We want to have full classes. So as long as the classes are full, we'll add whatever you guys want. As long as or it doesn't have to be full, but if there's 6 people, we'd have to at least 5. You know what I mean?
Maybe one of you guys have really smart insights on what's a good questionnaire for time slots for classes. But for now, we are spacing our classes out in the morning, 30 minutes out. So currently, we're going to have a 6 a.m., 7:30 a.m., a 9 a.m., and 11. So that's not changing too much in the morning. Our evening classes, we are considering starting at 4:30 p.m. and only putting a 15-minute gap in between classes so that we start at 4:30 and probably end at about 8:15 p.m.
Yeah, so it gives people 15 minutes to stretch out and leave the building and 15 seconds to warm up and get ready.
Okay.
Questionnaire coming your way tomorrow. Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate that.
Yep. And hi, Luis Vasquez. What's up, buddy?
Okay.
Okay, next one.
Hey guys, I have a question.
Who's that, Megan?
No, it's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey guys. So I'm just wondering if you're thinking about sticking to Zoom workouts for people who don't feel comfortable coming back to the gym yet, or just
100%.
it's easier.
That's a great
sometimes
point. I
to
forgot
go
about that.
home. What's the plan?
I didn't forget about that, but that also comes with a questionnaire. We are assuming that once we actually get to a regular schedule, we're probably going to offer 1 or 2
Maybe 1 or
Zoom
2,
classes. I'm
right.
literally thinking 1 main class. So according to a questionnaire, we'll ask the majority. What we'll probably do is probably 2 7 a.m.s, 2 middays, and 2 5 p.m.s a week.
Another thing I want to talk about really quickly is the programming. I said it would be just basically one program, the WOD. The WOD would probably be like Monday, Tuesday, the same WOD.
That's not official yet. So.
Not official, but Wednesday, Thursday, the same WOD. Again, because you're only going to be coming 4 days a week, and we're trying to manage it. So we'll see. And also, the Zoom WODs will probably be a similar track, but with less equipment. So if we're doing, say, I don't know, as an example, somebody said Murph, they'll be like, or whatever, something. Elizabeth will do an at-home version of that. Something similar, but not exactly the same. It'll be a slightly different track.
I'll add that also, once we reopen the gym, we won't be able to loan any equipment out.
Right.
So if you're going to be doing at-home WODs,
You'll
you'll
need to
have to try
purchase,
to make
acquire.
something. You'll have to figure
Yeah,
that
because
out.
we'll need all the equipment back for the classes at the box. Make sense? All right, next.
sucks.
That was a good question.
You guys want me to make a comment on the pet situation?
Yeah,
No.
please. Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's important. It's valid.
Whoever said no, right back at
Oh,
you.
wow. I want to know who said no.
Jonathan. I think it was Jonathan. He's laughing.
No, he's just mad because I said his guinea pig.
You were mean about the guinea pig.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, it was MJ.
I didn't say a thing.
Ellie snitching. Ellie snitching.
Listen, this is community. Anyway, listen, this is a direct statement from the AVMA website. There is little to no evidence that domestic animals are easily infected with SARS-CoV-2 under natural conditions, and no evidence to date that they transmit the virus to people. So you can infect your animals potentially, maybe see mild respiratory signs. It's more likely to be seen in cats than in dogs. The science behind it is not 100% understood. So you don't have to worry about catching the virus from your cats or your dogs at this point. But if you don't want to risk it, leave your dog at home.
And guys, if you don't want to,
statement.
again, just don't, no bats, okay? No bats.
No,
Go back.
just put your damn dog on a leash and don't have him running through the gym, and that's it.
Yeah. Next.
Say it to my guinea pig's face.
Say it to my guinea pig.
Leave your guinea pig home. Leave your guiney pig home.
Yeah.
Jack?
I've been called an animal at the times. Is that okay if I still come?
Yes, you're welcome. Listen, gay,
Let's talk about
black,
reopening
straight,
and faces.
religious, whatever. Everybody's welcome.
Reopening and faces.
Oh, phases. Okay, so basically, here's the thing, okay? Gyms have been lumped all together. So every Globo gym, every CrossFit box, yoga studio, whatever you can think of, we're all in the same boat, even though we have a very different business model. Now, we can open potentially now illegally, but I'm not going to risk my business and I'm not going to risk you guys because you guys are extremely valuable to us, just hence this whole meeting, right? So we are slated for phase 4. Phase 4 is the last phase, and each phase is 2 weeks long. So the first phase is going to start on June 8th. That's phase 1. That'll run for 2 weeks. Then phase 2, phase 3, and finally somewhere in August, we're hoping, will be phase 4. We haven't been open since March, I think 16th. So, I mean, do the math. That's a long time.
5 months without us.
So it's been tough, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, we're maintaining, thank God, the Zoom classes and those of you guys. Go ahead.
Izzy and Tammy, what phase are you in the governor's sequencing?
I have a picture too.
Okay, so next question.
Okay.
One at a time. Go ahead.
Hannah.
Well, you can share your screen with everybody, your computer screen, so you can show them whatever you
Say
want.
Hannah.
So you got to do it here. Thank you, Hannah.
It's not on my computer.
It's not on her computer, but she's going to try to figure it out. But thank you for that, Hannah. Next.
Hey, this is like kind of logistical, so you might not know yet. But say like you want to do 2 classes a week, and then you want to do like a couple at different classes, or how does that kind of work?
You broke up. I'm sorry. I got a little.
A couple of what?
A couple of what? Zoom classes?
If you wanted to do like 2 classes a week in the box and like 2 Zoom or something.
It'd probably still be the 4 times a week.
It would probably be just the 4 times a week, just in terms of simplicity and trying to like keep track of that.
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
Okay.
Yeah. You heard it? Okay. Yeah. So it'll probably just be, at least initially, we may come up with some kind of a hybrid membership, perhaps.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I really hadn't even considered that, to be totally frank with you. I hadn't really given it a lot of thought because I didn't really consider it. But now that we know that it's something that you guys may be interested in, we may be interested in doing that. Wow, I just want to give a shout out to Doug Go Ruck Champion. Wow, welcome, buddy. Sorry, I didn't mean to digress, but welcome, Champion.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so next, who's next in terms of questions?
I'm sharing my screen now, so I'm going to mute this one. Wait.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to mute my phone.
Sorry.
How do I mute this?
I got it. Can you see it? Can you see it? Alright, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we got you.
Alright, so this is the best picture I got on my phone right now. It's not a good overshot, but essentially we're going to have lanes for walking, red boxes. In each section, we are going to have a row ski and bike.
A box, a bar, whatever.
A box, a bar, you'll have a pull-up station. It's not a very good view, but if you were able to look at our rig situation, no one would be squatting in front of you. They'll be staggered. So there'll be someone in station 2 and then someone all the way over here on the other side of the room. So no one will be spitting at you in the middle of a squat. I'm going to take this off because this is not helping. I don't think so. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying, guys.
Thanks, Jimmy. That was great. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. I hope so. I wanted to be at the gym, but the only thing we couldn't fix right now
is the Wi-Fi.
We can't get anybody in to fix the Wi-Fi.
It kind of works, but it's like super spotty and sketchy. Like it comes and goes. It's annoying AF. But anyway, so we're still working on it. We're trying to get it fixed. Next question from you guys.
Hey, I just wanted to say how really thorough
I love you, Patty.
and forthcoming you are about all this information. It's a pain to do this work. And I know many of us are different businesses. We're trying to do this with other kinds of spaces. It's hard. It's a struggle. And you've done such a thorough and wonderful job. Appreciate it.
Thank you. No, well, we had a chance to learn a lot. We have our teachers on here who've helped us out with Zoom. They've done so much. And I was just talking to my 7-year-old niece today. Was teaching me all about how she's learning on Zoom. I mean, we're all just trying to get through this.
And actually, on that note, I want to give a couple of shout outs. Katie Mountain, Tony, few people have been super instrumental. David Bernstein, just really helpful in this whole redoing the gym thing. It's really, we're really happy with the product. I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's beautiful.
And for all those people who made 40 classes on Zoom, you guys are awesome.
Word, shout out to those people too. And anybody who's just sticking with the programming or just sticking around. Hi, Eric.
Alex is leaving soon.
Alex Gitlin is going to be leaving soon. We still love you, buddy. You're still part of our community forever, no matter where you are in the world.
I'll be trying to Zoom whenever I can.
Good. He's moving. He bought a house in Jersey, so congratulations. Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Keep those muscle unders going.
Yeah, muscle unders. Muscle unders.
Man, Alex, I want to send you home with a pull-up bar so you can do muscle ups forever.
Yes, please.
Hey, MJ, did you ever find your pull-up bar? No? Okay.
No.
Aww.
All right, so next question. Let's go back to it's great to see you too, Jack.
Bye, Jack.
Bye, Jack. So, any other questions, guys?
Oh yeah, when can we start picking up? I guess I have a weighted vest, sneakers, and stuff. Or is there a spot to pick all that stuff up?
We'll be there on Tuesday, so if you wanna, we're gonna put something out for the swag thing that we talked about before. So
yeah, exactly. Look for my announcement for swag. I'll probably put a time. I'm probably gonna shoot 12 to 2 or 12 to 3 in the afternoon, and I'll probably do some evening session later on in the week, maybe Friday, like a 5 to 6 or something, that you can stop by. Okay, but look out for the announcements.
Awesome. Thanks.
any other questions?
Yes.
Go ahead. Who's Amy? Go ahead.
Share a locker. Should we have separate ones?
I don't care if you guys share as long as you can fit all your stuff in there and keep it clean.
So the lockers are the same size. So we got brand new lockers, guys. So anybody who's already renting a locker, you have been moved and relocated to a brand new locker, and actually reorganized. You messy freaks, you. Yeah, if you're sharing one, it's up to you and Ellie. If you guys are socially distancing in your lockers, just keep it clean. We're asking people to not leave any junk in the gym. Take it home or rent a locker. That's all.
And coaches, you guys are gonna have more locker space to stash your stuff. So we'll accommodate you guys too. What else?
What I do?
You said no number one for you. You didn't get the number one yet.
That's all right. More questions from you guys? We're all ears. Now's your chance. Don't hold back.
I think we were thorough.
Well, let's see. And
wait, when are we gonna get together and have drinks?
Wait. I want to address the Greg Glassman thing. So you guys were asking about the Greg Glassman thing, okay? So wait. It doesn't matter whether you heard about it or not. I want to address it, okay? So at the end of the day, Greg Glassman does not represent CrossFit 718. None of his statements, none of his ideas is not representative of us. Obviously, we don't know what his exact position was. It wasn't necessarily clear what his statement was, but it didn't seem very supportive. It seemed divisive. And if you read it, great. If you didn't, Google it, check it out. Again, it does not represent CrossFit 718. And we are weighing our options in terms of staying affiliated. Quite frankly, it doesn't align with what our belief system is. And so we're weighing our options. We're hoping that he'll address it and clarify what his comments were. If you haven't read it, Google it. He made some comments on Twitter that, again, they just don't align with what we believe. Not that I'm trying to tell Glassman what to believe, but if it is what it appears to be, which is, racially charged and, again, divisive, we're probably gonna, very likely that we'll not affiliate. And we hope you guys stick with us, even though we're not, obviously CrossFit anymore. If that in fact happens, we're still, Brooklyn Strength and Conditioning is still us. We're still going to provide the same excellent service. So, stick with it as long as you can. And, that's where we're at with it.
Yeah.
It does not, Greg Glassman's comments do not represent us or our gym. As far as we're concerned, we want everybody to, love each other and support each other. And that's what we're promoting, unity and love. And that's it, and acceptance, and trying to, make things right for everybody. And, it doesn't matter whatever your political, religious affiliation, whatever, everybody's welcome at CrossFit 718. All right? What else?
I'm with you guys because of you, not because of CrossFit. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Eric.
All right, we're gonna roll it down.
Anything else, you guys? I know we didn't get your invite, guys. Bridge and Sanu.
Izzy, I have two things.
Go ahead, Mustafa. I'm listening all ears.
Okay. One, you didn't hit on me today.
Not yet. Not yet.
Michelle's in the room.
Yeah, Michelle's here. I don't want to make her feel awkward.
Okay. Two, we're both with you guys, not because of CrossFit. It's you guys that we're in the box for.
Awesome.
So
We love you guys.
Whatever direction you guys go, we're with you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
The whole team here is wonderful. We love all the coaches.
And we love you too. We love you guys.
We missed half of you guys on Zoom. Get back to it, guys.
Yeah.
I'm still offering 2 classes a day.
Yeah, every now and then. You don't have to come every time, but it's nice to see your faces every now and then.
Yeah.
Just if you see a WOD you like, okay, we'll check it. Thank you guys. If you guys see a cherry pick.
Challenge once you get back to the box.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wait, actually, I have one more important thing. Oh my God, guys. Coach Izzy's going on a vacation for 16 days. It's been planned since Christmas. And the community is now going to have to deal with me on Zoom classes. Also, if we happen to randomly reopen, I'll be there for you. And so will the other coaches. So deal with it. I mean, sorry, you're going to have to deal with me. I think I am going to minimize the schedule to, and this goes to Michelle's question earlier when we were talking about what Zoom classes we might offer throughout the week. When Izzy goes on vacation, I'm going to drop it to 1 Zoom class a day. 2 of each, so 2 10 a.m.s, 2 12:30s, 2 5s, and 2 7:30s to try to just even it out as much as possible. And that also is to kind of go with the amount of drop off we've been having on Zoom.
Yeah, so you guys are definitely like getting bored with Zoom. We are too. We get it. We're doing the best we can, obviously, but we get it. So we're working with you guys.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna just kill myself forever.
Yeah. We don't want to have one-person classes. It doesn't happen too often, but every now and then. So it kind of does demotivate a little bit. Hi, Michelle. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, what else, you guys? Jenny, David, Travis, Coach Chris, anybody? Coach Adam, Michelle?
All right.
Coach Ann?
All right, one big group hug.
Virtual hug.
Bye. Give me waves. We're going to
David, it's good to see you. David Neiman. Megan. Lori, Ellie. Jack, oh my gosh, Alex Gitlin, man, Amy, Hannah,
Samantha,
Jonathan, Bobby.
Samantha, let me see your face for 1 second. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Eric. We'll see you guys soon, hopefully, God willing, soon. Bye, Juan.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Bobby. Bye, George. Bye, Jonathan.
Hal, if you want to talk about anything.
Bye. Bye, guys. All right. Bye, guys. Bye, Michelle. Bye, David. Bye, Coach Ann.